Hello, welcome. Welcome to this Qigong flow to nourish the spine. So the chiropractor in me likes this one. I had a previous chapter working as a chiropractor, so I brought some of that into this flow today. So we're going to nourish our spine. We're going to take our spine through its 7 different directions, so its full range of motion. We're going to give it lots of attention and love and get the chi moving. And this in turn is going to nourish and balance our central nervous system and also our central meridian. So this is this core energy that runs through the center of our body. It's also known as our taiji pole. So when our central meridian is balanced and nourished, it in turn nourishes our 12 meridians and our 8 extraordinary vessels. So this is a beautiful flow to not only nourish our spine, but also nourish our central nervous system, our central meridian, and so in turn our whole body. So our spine is considered an extension of our kidneys in ancient Taoism, which are associated with the water element and longevity. So we can also consider this a longevity practice. Ticks a lot of boxes. So let's find a comfortable place and come and move some chi. So I'm going to step back onto the mat. Let's start in our YOQI posture. So our feet are shoulder width apart. Let's begin to relax and open the joints. Spread your toes to connect to that earth energy. Soften the knees, the qua, a little space under the arms to let the chi flow. Relaxing your elbows, your wrists, your fingertips. Soften through the shoulders. And let's begin to activate this central meridian. So we're going to lengthen our spine. So to do this, let's tuck the tailbone under just a little, lift the front of the pubic bone, tuck the chin in. So it's like we have a string gently lifting our spine. So we're bringing that axial lengthening of the spine to our tension. And the tongue is resting on the roof of the mouth behind the front teeth. So we've activated our taiji pole. We've lengthened our spine. We are allowing ourselves to become a conduit of energy between the heaven and the earth. And let's let our breath begin to sink down into our belly, into our lower dantian, this center of vitality. We are going to set our intention to nourish our spine and in turn our central nervous system and our central meridian today. We're going to take our spine through its 7 ranges of motion. And let's most importantly, bring a smile to the face, bringing some unconditional love into our practice together. So let that smiling energy spread through your eyes, shine through your eyes, and come to connect to your heart. And I invite you to gently bring your palms to rest over your lower belly, your lower dantian, just below your navel. And let's start to consciously breathe into the abdomen. So we're allowing the breath to sink down into the belly, and we're feeling for that gentle feedback against our palms. So as we breathe in, there's a gentle push into the palms from the belly. And as we breathe out, there's a gentle deflation. And let's add our balanced breath to this. So I'm going to count us into 5 and down for 5. So let's try that together. Breathing in, 2, 3, 4, 5. Out, 2, 3, 4, 5. Again, 2, 3, 4, 5. And out, 2, 3, 4, 5. Again, counting in your head. And out. And now bring your palms to your kidneys at your lower back. So we're going to breathe into the kidneys this time. So I have my palms resting on my kidneys, and then if I turn my fingers in, my middle fingers come to rest on my lumbar spine, my lower spine, at my Mingmen, my gate of life. So this time as you breathe into your kidneys. We are still using our balanced breath. And as you breathe in, it's like your kidneys are little marshmallows puffing up against the palm of your hands. And then as you breathe out, they gently release. So let's take one more breath here. In, 2, 3, 4, 5, and out, 2, 3, 4, 5. Bringing your hands to rest on your hips now. Let me turn to face you. We're going to breathe into our hands. So this time, as we inhale, we want to feel that gentle pressure of our waist against our palms. So again, you're breathing in for 5 and out for 5 with your balanced breath. And one more together. And let's bring that all together into full Dantian breathing. So we come to a bow chi posture. Our palms are gently facing up. Feeling all this chi expand in the lower Dantian on the inhale. And again, in, 2, 3, 4, 5. Out, 2, 3, 4, 5. Last one here. Big breath in. 2, 3, 4, 5. Out, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's interlace the fingers. Draw the palms up through center, all the way up above your head, lengthening your spine, and then releasing the arms out to the side and down. So this is an inhale as we draw up, and an exhale as we float the arms down. So 2 hands drawing up the heavens, this is called. And out, exhale. So see if it's available to you. You can rise up on your toes on your inhale and then release on the exhale. So then we're activating the bubbling spring acupoint, kidney 1, on the base of the feet, the soles of the feet. Very good for the balance as well. So again, drawing all that energy up. Find your drishti point to help you hold your balance and release. This time, no rising on the heels, but we are coming up. Inhale up. This time, as you exhale, sink your energy, your pelvis, bend the knees. Or stretch over to the side as you exhale. Inhale, center. Exhale, stretch to the other side. Inhale, center. Exhale, release the arms out to the side. And again, breathing in, drawing the arms up. Exhale, sink the energy down and laterally flex your spine to one side. Inhale up. Exhale, laterally flex to the other side. Beautiful. Inhale up, release. So the Taoists like to do things in threes. So let's do one more of those lateral flexion stretches. Exhale and stretch. Inhale, center. Exhale, stretch to the other side. Inhale, center. Exhale, release. Bringing your palms to face the earth. Sinking your energy down, connecting to this grounding earth energy. Let's take a delicious deep belly breath here. And we're going to shift our hands and our weight to the left. Lift our right heel. Shift our hands to the right. Lift our left heel. So let's bring some fluidity of movement. Remember, we are nourishing our water element in this sequence. And when we nourish our spine and our water element, so our spine is considered an extension of our kidneys. This also turns into a longevity practice. So we're flowing and we're feeling this rotation in the lower spine, in our lumbar spine at the moment. We're taking our attention to our lumbar spine. Feeling that rotation. And then let's shift our hands up to the level of our chest. So now we're twisting a little deeper and we're drawing our attention to the middle of our spine, our thoracic spine. Feeling that rotation in the middle of the spine. Getting the energy flowing. And then let's draw our hands up to the level of the head, and this time turn all the way behind you. So we're bringing rotation into the neck, into the cervical spine. You can go slow or join me at this speed. We're not too fast, but if balance is an issue, it can help to go slower with this one. And you can even keep a wall nearby, or you could do this seated. And then let's slowly start to wind the arms back down. And we're coming back to our YOQI posture, feet shoulder width apart. Rest your hands on your thighs. Just take a little pause. Notice how the body's feeling, how the spine is starting to feel. And our next flow, we lead with our chin. So chin comes forward. And then we tuck the chin in, bend the knees, roll the spine back up. This is called crane's neck. So we're extending to start with the spine and then flexing the spine. So we exhale out and down, and we inhale up. So breathing out and breathing in. And again. Again, trying to find that fluidity of movement. And one more Breathing out on the way down, breathing in on the way up, making it smaller this time, just from the neck. So chin goes forward, then tuck the chin in and up. Again, and in, and again. Another set of 3, the magic number. And we now reverse it with turtle or tortoise neck. So this time the chin sinks in. So we tuck the chin in, sink the chest, roll the spine down. Remember, we need to bend the knees as we do this. Then we lift the chin and come back up. So chin tucks in, sink the chest, exhaling as we go down. Inhaling as we come up. So rolling through the spine, and then we poke our little head like a tortoise coming out of its shell. And rolling down again. Trying to embody that fluidity of water. And another one all the way down. And then let's bring it to the neck. So chin in, poke the chin out, roll the chin in, poke the chin out. One more. Beautiful. Then let's make some loose fists, so we wrap our fingers around our thumbs. This time as we breathe in, we draw the arms out to the side. Shoulder blades squeeze together. Breathe out, curl the spine. So breathing in, look up. Lift the chin just a little. Breathing out, tuck the chin in and the tailbone and curl the spine. So this time take a little pause at the end of the inhalation. A little squeeze. Breathe out, pause, and a little squeeze. So breathing in, breathing out. This is called spinal cord breathing. Breathing in, breathing out. Little pulse at the end of the exhale and at the end of the inhale is helping to get our cerebrospinal fluid moving around our brain and our spinal cord. And then let's take it to the side this time. So we inhale to the side, add the rotation to the spine, exhale center. Inhale to the left side, exhale center. Again, inhale to the side, exhale center. Inhale to the other side, exhale center. One more each side. And breathing out. Breathing in, open to the other side. Breathing out. Let's take one more in center. So big breath in. Looking up, breathing out. This time we're going to inhale our arms wide. Widen your feet a little. Exhale, fold forward. So coming all the way down, letting ourselves come into a gentle inversion of the spine. So we're coming upside down, allowing the head to grow heavy. You might like to hold on to the sides of the elbows. Take a few little yes, no nods of the head to help release any tension in the neck and the spine. A gentle traction of the spine in this position. Of course, you're welcome to have the knees bent if that feels better for you. And then bring your hands to the back to rest on your sit bones,
And we're going to start to massage down the backs of our legs. So I'm rubbing along side to side along my hamstrings. So I'm rubbing along my bladder meridians, rubbing from my sit bones, making my way down to the backs of my knees. So just behind the knees, give that a good rub. There's a good acupoint in there that helps to release low back tension. And then rubbing down the calf muscles, all the way down along the Achilles, down the sides of the feet, and we're coming to our little toes. We're going to give our little toes a massage. So just rubbing between the toes and then pulling on the toes, getting rid of any sticky chi. So rub at the web, the base of each toe, and then give the toe a pull. We're working our way through the toes, getting rid of any sticky energy in there. And then we finally get to the big toes, give them a little pull, flick that off, and then bring your hands back to your sit bones. And this time we're tapping all the way down the backs of the legs, getting the chi flowing until we come to the tops of the feet. And then bring your hands to rest on the floor. Going to take some rotation into the spine. So we take a breath in, raise your right arm up, breathing out to center. Breathing in, raise the left arm up, and breathing out to center. Again, so we like to do sets of 3, remember? And inhale. And exhale. One more. And down. One more each side. And down. Just let the head relax. Let's bring our palms to rest on top of each other. Bend your knees. You're going to inhale your energy up. Palms come up. All the way back up above the head, exhale down and forward. So if your low back is feeling a little vulnerable today, you're going to make smaller versions of this. So it could look more like that. Otherwise, we're taking these nice big flows all the way up, looking up, following your palms as you flow. This is called the yin-yang flow. So you inhale up, exhale forward and down. Inhale up, exhale forward and down. Again. And forward. Last one, big breath in. Breathing out. And this time as you come up, gently release the hands, bend your knees, and roll your spine upwards. So we come back to a standing posture, and we're going to bring our hands to rest at our lower back. Let me show you this one. My hips are still wide. I'm coming to rest my thumbs right at the base of my spine, on top of my sacrum. I'm going to give myself a nice massage, low back massage, while we do some hip circles. So we bring the bottom behind us, take it to the side, forward, and over to the other side. So as you take a circle, you shift the position of your thumbs a little higher up your quadratus lumborum muscles. Those big muscles lying next to your lumbar vertebra, your lower spine.
So we're massaging our low back muscles, and we're getting all this delicious movement in our hips. Big hip circles. Once we get to the top, we can reverse. Start to take the hips in the other direction. That's it. All the way, nice, slow hip circles. All the way. Until we get to the base of the low back again, just above my sacrum, my sacroiliac joints. And I'm now going to step the feet together and bring your palms to rest on your sacrum. So now we're going to take some small hip circles. So it's so subtle. They're like these tiny little hip circles, activating all those little ligaments around the pelvis and even a little into the hips and to the lumbar spine. And then we can reverse, going in the opposite direction, circling. So you're also activating your pelvic floor a little with this one. Tiny little movements. And then release. We're going to come to our kidney breath again. So let's move our palms up to rest just below the rib cage. We've got our middle fingers pointing in towards our lower back. Our shoulders are relaxed. So viewing me from the front, shoulders are relaxed. Palms are resting over the kidneys. Let's take some kidney breaths again. So breathing into the kidneys, allowing them to puff up like little marshmallows into the palms of your hands. And then exhale, release. So 2 more. Breath in, into the kidneys, breathing out. This time visualize blue light as you inhale, nourishing the kidneys. Filling the kidneys with blue light, release. We're going to take OK fingers, so thumb and index finger together, and start to gently knock on the kidneys. So we're knocking from the kidneys all the way down to the sacrum, and back up again. Bringing some chi, some energy into the area. Just noticing how that feels all the way down to your tailbone, base of your sacrum down towards your coccyx, and then back up. Knock, knock, knocking. Hello, kidneys. Thank you for all that you do. And then let's give our kidneys a massage. So rubbing your kidneys, warming them up with all this good chi, this good energy. Thanking our kidneys. Thank you, dear kidneys. They store our jing, our life essence. And then let's sweep our hands back to the front, where we've rested earlier, over our lower dantian. Soften through the shoulders. Some nice lower dantian breathing. Notice how your kidneys and your lower back are feeling. One more breath here. Beautiful. Let's widen our legs, a little wider than hip width apart. This is one of my favorites. We're going to bring a hand to the hip. So I've got my left hand on my hip and my right palm is facing up. We're coming into our teacups. So we want to imagine we have a teacup resting on our palm, and we want to try and avoid any tea spilling out of the cup. So if we shift our hip, draw the cup in, and then up, and spiral our teacup over our head and back down. So this is really good for fluidity of movement in our spine and our hips again. Make sure you've got your knees bent to help you with the movement. And also really beneficial for our shoulders and our arms. All these spirals are also nourishing our wood element. So we're nourishing both water and wood here. So let's take one more this side. And back to center, hands on your hips. And let's swap sides. So the other palm faces up. I'm looking at my palm, my teacup. Shift your hip away from your teacup. Draw your teacup in to your waist, up and over your head. Into your waist and then up over your head. Spiraling movements. Beautiful. Keep flowing and playing. Bring that playful energy into your spiraling teacups. Let's take one more on this side. And hands back on the hips. Now take a breath in, draw the palms out to the side. We're going to spiral 2 teacups at the same time. So as our teacups come in towards our waist, our bottom goes back. And then we bring the pelvis forward as the teacups come up. So pushing back with the pelvis, pushing forward with the pelvis. Spiraling in with the teacups, spiraling up and then out with the teacups. So see if you can bring that fluidity of movement to your spiraling teacups. Again, have fun with it. Don't force it too much. Let's take one more together. And come back down, hands in Bao Chi. We come to our next flow. Inhale up and disperse. Hands out to the side. Inhale, palms, back of the palms back to back and out. So inhale, there's a slight rise of the energy again. Exhale, a fall of the energy. Inhale, palms back to back. Hands back to back. Exhale, expand. So we're coming to the level of our collarbones with the backs of our hands. And we're tracing our kidney meridian. Kidney meridians running either side of the body with this one. This is called the fountain. Again, see if you can bring that gentle fluidity to the flow. Circulating this beautiful chi. And we're going to expand on this flow. So one more round. This time we inhale, back of the hands up. Exhale, sink the chest and push forward. Inhale, expand. Exhale, disperse. Inhale through center. Exhale, push out. Inhale, palms expand out. Exhale, disperse. Inhale up. Sink your chest as you exhale. Inhale, gently expand the palms out. And then disperse the chi, and we flow again. Again, trying to channel that fluidity into the flow. This flow is called embrace the tiger, return to the mountain. And so we're cultivating the inner tranquility and stillness of the mountain and the internal power of the tiger. They're all components of the water element. So let's take one more. Disperse. Come up through center. Sink the chest. Inhale, expand. Exhale, disperse. And then come to pulse on your chi ball. So we're gently feeling that chi between our palms. Perhaps there's a sense of magnetism. And we're going to take this chi and circulate it through our microcosmic orbit by turning the wheel. So inhaling all the way up through the neck, over the crown of the head, and down the front of the body. So breathing in, up the back of the spine, looking up. Exhale down and looking down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Again, we're working with fire and water with this flow. Yin and yang. And our renmai and our dumai. So these are meridians. The dumai runs alongside the spine, and the renmai is running down the torso, alongside the torso. Again, moving chi through our microcosmic orbit. And coming to rest the palms in front of the belly. Let's continue to pulse on the chi, this time condensing the chi all the way down into a pearl of chi, condensing all that nourishing chi down into a pearl. And then let's draw that into our lower dantian. If you're on your monthly bleed and you're bleeding heavily, please draw it into your middle dantian, into your chest. Let's gently bring the feet together. Release all efforts. Allow your body to rock and sway. Allowing the chi to flow where it wants to flow. And I'm going to guide you through a gentle spine nourishing meditation. So you can remain standing, or you might like to lie down for this or sit down. Whatever feels like your body needs most today. So just let your breath relax, let your breath breathe you. And draw your attention down to your feet. You might like to lower or close your eyes. Feel your toes and the soles of your feet connect to the earth. That grounding, nourishing earth energy. And then drawing your attention to your coccyx, your tailbone, right at the base of your spine. And from your coccyx, draw your attention up into your sacrum, your sacred bone, connecting to the other bones that become your pelvis, this center of balance and creativity. Feeling into your sacrum and flowing your attention up from your sacrum to your lower back, your lower spine, your lumbar vertebrae. Flowing up slowly through the lumbar vertebrae till we come to the rib cage, where the middle of the spine starts, your thoracic spine. Following and flowing up your thoracic vertebrae, up between the shoulder blades, flowing up to the base of your neck. You might notice a gentle lengthening of the spine, coming up to the base of the neck, flowing up your cervical vertebrae. Noticing the gentle curve of the spine here, flowing up the neck, all the way to the base of your skull. Noticing your skull resting on top of your spine. And within your skull we have your brain, and within the spine we have your spinal cord. Together they make your central nervous system, protected by your spine and your skull, and protected by cerebrospinal fluid gently pulsing. Tune into that gentle pulsation of your cerebrospinal fluid. You might notice a very subtle rock of your body, in tune with these pulsations as you inhale and you exhale. The cerebrospinal fluid is gently pulsed around your brain and your spinal cord. Gently open your awareness now. Become aware of your Central Meridian running alongside your spine. Your Central Meridian, also known as your Taiji pole, this central column of energy running between your perineum and the crown of your head, allowing you to be a conduit of energy between the heavenly energy and the earth energy. So expanding your awareness, opening your awareness, feeling into that central column of energy. Aware of your spine, your central nervous system, and your Central Meridian. very gently starting to become aware of your breath again, just your natural breath. And the rest of your body, your surrounding environment. Let's slowly draw our palms up together to rest in front of our heart if they're not already there. And then we can gently draw our thumbs with a bow of the head between the eyebrows all the way up to our upper dantian as a gesture of honor, respect, and the deepest of gratitude to ourselves, to each other, and to the practice we've shared together today. Ami tu fois.